Hi everyone and welcome back. My name is Dee. This video is around the real basics of crafting. I wanted just to run through this because actually, as I've talked before, this interface can be a little bit fiddly and tricky, and it's a bit of a path of discovery for me, even though I'd played the beta and had a look at it before. So, various different options down here that I'm going to talk through. This is the same regardless of what crafting you're going for, and that's metalsmith or blacksmithing, enchanting. I'll probably do a little bit on each of them at some point in the future in terms of what's good, what's not, what you should be trying to do. But I thought I'd just give you a kind of a quick, simple demo of how this works. Refining. Really simple. You pick up the rough stuff, you pick up the raw elements out there in the wild, you refine it, it creates into there, sanded maple, and I also got some pitch as well, which is quite nice. That's it, nothing more complicated than that. Creation. So you've got two things, you've got weapons at the top here, and also you've got left button, RB button, you've got weapons and apparel. So obviously all the weapons are listed in here, and then armour is on the other one, and that varies depending on which crafting you're doing, but pretty much the same format on all of them anyway. Then we have the material. What material are you going to use? Now as you can see, there is more complicated material further up. It does say requires woodworking 2, but I've got woodworking 4. So is that why it's red? No. And this is what I think is really confusing about it, is actually why is it red when I've got it? And it's not red because I haven't got the ability to do it, it's just red because I haven't got any. So sanded oak, for example, is something I'm going to need to get further down the line in terms of its, you only find it in more complex or higher level quest areas. Then this is the critical thing. So you can see I've got 21 sanded maple. If I create that right now, it's a level 1 bow, as you can see on the right in the main screen. Maple bow with 168 damage. Pretty terrible unless you're level 1. But you can, so if you drop one cursor down, increase the amount of raw materials that you're putting into the bow, and it improves it. Check it out. So I can now create a level 10 bow with 300 damage because I'm using 7 sanded maple, as you can see there, rather than what the minimum is 3. Hence, you power it up. The more materials you use, the better the bow that you get. Happy times. So I'm going to do that. Next, the style. You can see this is also red. So I'm like, well, I've got it, so why is it red? Learn style to unlock. So there's you as my character is a Bosmer, and I think I haven't got any. No, I haven't got any Bosmer style ingredients. Therefore, it's not letting me do it. Unfortunately, you can only create the style of who you are in the game, and everybody has their own different style. So, for example, Nickel's the Imperial, Daedra's the Daedra Heart. From what I understand, there are books in the world that allow you or train you to use or create different style of weapons. I'm pretty sure it's all aesthetic, but there you are. And I'm pretty sure the Daedra armor is going to be insane. So, in terms of style, that's not a problem. I do need to go and buy some of them because actually you can just buy all of those stuff. You talk to the carpenter, and you just buy. So all of these are there to buy, apart from the Daedra Heart. So it's not as though they're special or exciting or interesting in any way. You can just buy them. So I'm going to buy a couple of those just because you use them quite a lot. Done. So come back over to the wood, go to the crafting. Now I've got 5 of those. See, it's now grey. It's now coloured or non-redded. In terms of trait then, these are all additional benefits that you can add onto the weapon you're creating. So for example that, if I power it, reduces cooldown of weapon chances by 30%, charge with the amethyst increases enchantment charges by 120%. You can give your weapon a trait. Now you can see they're all redded out. I do have 2, what are they, turquoises to increase the defending, but I need to research that, which I'll come on to in a minute. So, no trait, craft it, boom. I've created a level 10 maple bow with 300 damage. See that in my inventory?
You certainly like racking up bounties,
There it is. And actually, it's almost as good as my best bow. Not quite though. But maybe when I enchant it, it could be. So, however, what's Deconstruct? So I can take the same bow and deconstruct it. And I almost do recommend that when you're first starting out. You can just... I need a bigger inventory. Right, sorry for that. Just had to clear out my inventory a little bit. So to deconstruct stuff, you essentially take whatever you just made and scrap it. Which is... it does boost up your woodworking skill, and I want you to pay attention to the bottom right in terms of my woodworking ability when I deconstruct this. And you'll notice it goes up, and also in the top right hand corner you'll see I get some of my materials back. And you can actually conceivably, and I've done it before, create things and deconstruct them for the same amount of materials as you put in. You get the same amount of materials as you get out. So you can just keep creating deconstruction. You see what I'm saying? So deconstruct it, you'll see very small, my woodworking has gone up a tiny amount, and I've got 3 sanded maple back. So let's go back, create my bow. I'm going to lose 4 maple from it, but never mind. Done. That's going to push up again. You see in the bottom right hand corner my woodwork has gone up a very small amount, very, very small. Now, when I first started playing this, I was kind of like, in my days, how long is it going to take me to actually level this stuff up? That's going to be insane. So, what I've realised is that actually deconstructing more rare or higher level weapons increases the amount of experience you get in your woodworking or whichever skill you use. So I got this bow free. It is actually pretty good, but I'll show you with it. If I deconstruct it, that jumped up a massive amount there in the bottom right hand corner. I've also got an adamantite and some pitch. Happy days. But critically, you'll notice how much more it's gone up. You could deconstruct stolen stuff as well if you want. Happy times. So you get more, in my opinion, and please correct me if I'm wrong, more experience from deconstructing enchanted or higher level kit. So don't just sell them just because they're high level. Think about deconstructing them to boost your woodworking as well. Next, improvement. I can then, as you see, I've got some pitch. I can improve the bow and the damage output of the bow to make it even better. And I've managed to get some pitch as when I've been deconstructing stuff and the refinement I did. So I can change this level 10 bow now by improving it. The more pitch I add, the better it gets. But you've only got 40% chance to turn it into what is a fine rather than a superior. It works exactly the same way, but you need the higher level elements in order to try and refine things up the tree. You can see there in the top left. So let's try and refine this, see how we get on. You have a 40% chance to improve it by applying 2 pitches. If this fails, it will be destroyed. I don't need it, so yeah, whatever. No, improvement attempt failed. I lost my bow. Oh well. And finally, research. So in this, what you're looking to do is essentially, when you've got like this, my shield that I showed you earlier, you can research. Use that shield, it destroys in the process, but you unlock that trait. So I've unlocked a few of these now, so if I had certain traits or certain items, when I go to create this, if I had some of these, if I had an amethyst, I could actually create an enchanted bow and charges of 125%, but I just don't have any amethysts. So you can see the ones that I don't have research to unlock are the ones that I've researched against. That's from doing this research. So if you have any magical items, it will show up. They don't always show up. I think there's some blocker to it, but I'm going to craft this. I would always recommend that you have research going all of the time. And that's for all of the crafting skills. So I'd recommend you learn everything: woodworking, enchanting, alchemy. Just do everything in this game, in my opinion. There's no harm in learning everything. So that's the end of the video. I hope you found it useful. Please give us a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Take care now.